Hello guys, so in today's tutorial we're going to learn how to draft and cut this beautiful stylish underbust conical corset with asymmetric hemline. If this is something you're interested to learn, keep on watching and let's get started. So guys, the first you want to do is to fold your pattern into two, then come down by your bust point, your underbust, your waistline and the length of your blouse. So for the length I marked 24 inch. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So after marking, I'll use my straight ruler to connect a straight line. After connecting my straight line, I will go ahead and level. So note that the first line is my bust point, underbust, waistline and the blouse length or full length, you get. So from the bust point I went up by 2 inch and this will serve as my chest line. After marking that, I marked half of my shoulder measurement. I did the same thing on the chest line. They connect the 2 points like so. I went down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. I had to measure what I had left, then get the midpoint. From that midpoint you go in by ½ inch, and on the chest line you will mark quarter of your bust circumference. Mark 3 to 3.5 inch for your neck width, then connect your shoulder slope like so. Okay, so after connecting your shoulder slope, go ahead and connect the 3 dots you have there using your curve rule. So this will give you your armhole curve. All right, so I also went down by 3 inch for the neck depth of the front, you get. Then I'll place my curve rule, then use it to connect a round neckline. Right, so once I'm done with this, next thing I want to do now is to mark half of my nipple to nipple, which is 3.5. My nipple to nipple is 7 inch, by 2 is 3.5. that is half of it is 3.5. I mark this at the chest line and on the full length of this blouse. Okay, so after extending my line, the next thing I want to do is to divide what I had at the shoulder left. So I had 4 inch and I marked the midpoint, which is 2 inch. I'll connect from that point to my bust point. Okay, so after connecting, the next thing I want to do is to go down by 1 inch. Okay, at the bust point go down by 1 inch, and I also mark 1 inch on both sides of the underbust and waistline. I repeat the same thing at the full length of the blouse. Okay, so if you are busty, you can mark 1.5 inch on both sides, you get. So now I'll just go ahead and connect from the underbust to the waistline to the full length. You connect a straight line. Then I'll use my curve rule to connect from the bust point. From the point I came down by 1 inch, I will connect with my curve rule to give me my cup shape, you get. So now that I'm done with this, next thing I want to do now is to include quarter of my bust measurement. I've marked it and also added 1.5 inch for seam allowance. There's no dot there. So at the underbust I marked quarter of my underbust circumference plus 1.5 inch, and I also replaced the dot. So at the waistline I marked quarter of my waist measurement, then I replaced the dot and also added 1.5 inch seam allowance. At the full length of my blouse, I marked quarter of my hip circumference. I replaced the dot, then 1.5 inch seam allowance. So after connecting, the next thing I want to do now, okay, after marking, I'll go ahead and connect. Okay, so I also want to snatch the waist. All right, I'll snatch the waist, so you can remove any inch you want for a waist snatch. You can use 3, you can use 2, but 3 is perfect. Okay, 4 might be too much, it depends on what you want though. So I measured what I had there left, it was 6 inch. I got the midpoint, which is 3 inch. After marking, I'll connect a straight line from the chest line down to the full length. So I want to take out 1 inch on both sides of the waistline. This will serve as my waist snatch effect. And from the down part I went up by 2 inch and I'm going to go ahead to connect. So from the underbust I'll connect to the waistline and to the point where I marked 2 inch. Okay, from the full length. All right, so guys, for the conical effect, next thing I did was to go out by 1.5 inch. Okay, so on your hemline just go out by 1.5 inch. then go ahead and extend like so. Extend your line. So from the waistline, I'll make a curve to meet that point. And if you're making this curve, you have to make it very curvy. So you can see how I placed my curve rule. If you're making use of this kind of curve rule, like my own type of curve rule, you should place it like this. You can see that curved part, that is where you should place at the waistline. Then go ahead and use the curve, connect, you get, to meet that point. So you should have it looking like this after you are done. Okay, so once you are done with that, remember I marked 3 inch here, and the next thing I did again was to go down by 1.5 inch, you get, and I went up on this that leg by 1 inch, and on this side I also came down by 1.5 inch, you get. So 1.5 inch in the middle, you go up by 1 inch at that leg, and also go down by 1.5 inch at the other side of the pattern. Okay, so once you are connecting your curve like so, go ahead and close up your dart. All right, you should close up your dart before connecting your curve, just like this. There you see, you can decide to go down by 1 inch on the middle and on the other side if you wish to. Okay, so now I used my marker to outline very well, so it will be very visible. All right, so the next thing I want to do now is to make my bust dart. Okay, to get your bust dart, you are going to minus your front half length from your back half length. My front half length is 15 inch and my back half length is 13. So you minus 15, that is, you just calculate 15, then minus 13, you have 2 inch left. So I'll use the 2 inch for the bust dart. Okay, so from the bust point I went down by 2 inch on this side, then I had to connect using my ruler to meet the bust point on the other side. Okay, so I have to close it up like so, then I reconnect this line. The line on the side has been shifted, so I'll have to reconnect it just like this. Okay, so after reconnecting, guys, you can see what I have here. The next thing I want to do now is to cut out. You get, so I'll just cut out. I'll cut out from here, and I'll cut the hemline. As you can see, after cutting, I'll cut from the under bust line, you get. Then I will cut the dart just like this. After cutting the dart, I will also label as center front 1, side front 2, and side front 3, giving directions on how to join them. And I also cut the armhole, the shoulder slope, and also the neckline. Alright, so I'll have it looking like this. The next thing I want to do now is to use this to cut on another fresh paper. So the reason why I'm cutting this on another fresh paper is for us to get the bustier effect inside the lace. Alright, just like you can see in the picture inspiration. So I had to pin, then cut the neckline. As you can see now, I'm removing my pin. So I will keep this one aside, then I'll work on the one I cut out. So for the one I cut out, I added extra fresh paper on the side because we are going to do, bust contouring and all of that. So now you are going to come down by your bust point and also your chest line. Okay, I'll also trace out the side lines using my first pattern paper. Then after that, I will make a straight line with it. Okay, this is just for me to have a straight line. So I'll just go ahead and label again. This is my chest line, bust point, and under bust. So I'll also go in by half of my nipple to nipple, which is 3.5. From the center front, I went in by half of my nipple to nipple, and I had to extend the line to meet the under bust. So now you're going to determine how much cleavage you want to show. So for me, from the shoulder, I'm going to stop at 6 inch. Okay, so you can make yours 7. It depends on how deep or how much cleavage you are willing to show. For me, 6 inch is okay. So I had to extend my half of nipple to nipple to meet that point. So on the both side of my under bust, I will mark 1 inch, and from the bust point I went down by 1 inch. Okay, And on this side, I'm going to tighten the overbust. So for that, I marked 1 inch on both sides. So if you are busty, you can mark 1 inch on the side going towards the center front, then 1.5 inch on the side going towards the armhole side. Okay, if you are busted, this is for your overbust tightening. So now I will go ahead and connect those points, just like you see me doing here using my curve rule. You can see how I'm placing it. Okay, so now you are going to have it looking like this. And for the sweetheart neckline, I went down by 1 inch from the new chest line, and I'm going to connect my sweetheart shape just like this. Can you see? So guys, after doing that, you can see what I have here. All right, so the next thing I want to do now is to include my body measurement. So I marked quarter of my bust circumference, then replace the dart you have there. I've already added my seam allowance. So at the under bust, I'll mark quarter of my under bust circumference. I'll replace the dart of 2 inch and also 1.5 inch for my seam allowance. Then I'll go ahead and connect. This is the reason why I added extra fresh paper. So for the bust dart, I went down by 2 inch from the bust point, and I had to connect like so. I already explained on how to get your bust dart. So go ahead and fold your bust dart and cut the rest of your pattern. Okay, so guys, after cutting, you will have it looking like this. So this yoke is out of it, like we are not making use of this yoke, we are removing this. You are going to stitch just this one, but you have it in 3 pieces, like you have 3 pieces, center front and 2 side front, you get. So you are going to be stitching that. And this is the this is the under bust side, and also this is the upper part of the other one. So you have it looking like that. So to draft the back pattern, you are going to come down by your half length and the full length of your blouse, which I marked 24 inch. All right, so now I will also go ahead and come down by my chest line, which is 7.5. After marking, I will go ahead and label so you understand what I'm doing here. So I also mark half of my shoulder measurement, then go down by 1 inch for shoulder slope, 3 inch or 3.5 for your neck width. And for the neck depth of the back, I went down by 1.5 inch. Then I had to connect my shoulder slope, and I'll use my curve rule to connect a round neckline from the neck width to that point. So the next thing I did again was to mark half of my nipple to nipple, which is 3.5. I marked it at the chest line and full length of the blouse. So after connecting a straight line, I will have to take out ½ inch on both sides of the waistline, and from the busts and from the chest line, I went down by 1.5 inch. At the full length, I also marked ½ inch on both sides, and I had to connect like so. This is for my normal dart intake. All right, so after making my armhole curve, I will have to impute my allowances and body measurement, which is quarter of my bust measurement plus just 1.5 inch for seam allowance. There's no dart there, so I didn't include that. At the waistline, I marked quarter of the waist measurement. You place your dart and also 1.5 inch seam allowance. At the full length of your blouse, you add your quarter of hip measurement. You place the dart plus 1.5 inch seam allowance. After connecting, the next you want to do is to take out some inches for your waist snatch. So just like we did at the front piece, I will mark 1 inch on both sides of the waistline, and I also come down by my under bust, which is 12.5. Then from that point, I will have to connect like so. So for the conical effect, I went out by 1.5 inch. Okay, just like we did at the front pattern. So I will have to use my side front to trace out the side. All right, so we have the same thing for the back. Use your side front to trace the side back just like this. Then fold your dart. After folding, you should go ahead and connect like so. All right, so after connecting, I will have to go in from the center back by 2 inch. This is for lace up. All right, I'm removing 2 inch for the lace up. And on this side I went down by 1 inch and also went up by half an inch. Okay, you can decide to leave it at half inch you get on both up and down, but if you're marking 1 inch, there's no need marking this half inch, but if you want to mark the half inch, you should mark half inch. Okay, I'll later correct myself. So after the neck depth, I went down by 1.5 inch and I had to make a curve for the yoke. You can see I connected the yoke part to the that leg. Okay, so now I will have to go ahead and cut this out. You can see how I traced the hemline. So I want to have the same thing. Okay, the same thing I have in front is what I want to have at the back. So from the shoulder I went down by my under bust, which is 12.5. So I ruled a straight line. I marked a straight line there, then I cut out from that under bust line, and I'm cutting out the dart, as you can see. So now that I'm done cutting the conical part, I will have to go ahead now to cut out the yoke part and also half of the bodies on the other side. You get? So now that I'm done with it, guys, this is what I have. So I have to close up this dart. There is no need cutting it out, so I don't have so many pieces. All right, so what I did was just to close it up. So this is the side back 1, side back 2, side back 3, and I also gave directions on how to join them. So guys, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. If this tutorial was helpful, kindly hit on the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.